Hey guys, JW here. Good morning. I'm on my way to the Westin, Leesburg Pike, Virginia. I'm having a pretty massive entrepreneur seminar this morning. Over 600 people waiting for me to speak and talk to. Now I've been doing this business for 22 years. I've been an entrepreneur sales speaker for 22 years. And a lot of people constantly asking me this question is, you know, how do you get a big crowd to listen to you? How do you draw audience? You know, one thing that I do want to share with people is that there is no overnight success. My overnight success took 22 years, right? I remember clearly for many meetings. Now, I've done thousands of meetings. Now, this is not exaggeration. For many meetings, at the beginning of my career, there were many times that half the room was empty. Every time when I go, it was either half empty or throughout my presentation, people walk out. And today, all right, at the current era, the current moment for JW, every meeting I go to is jam-packed. And people are lining up, they're waiting for me, they're waiting to listen to me. So, you know, the question constantly comes up from different people is that, how do you do that? How do you draw the crowd? How do you draw the audience? I want to be like you. The first thing I want to tell you is that I've done this for 22 years. That's number one, all right? But let me get into a couple pointers that I think can help you if you're a speaker, if you're a leader, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to sell your product, you want to sell your idea, you want to sell your concept, and ultimately you want to have audience in front of you listening to your message, right? The first thing I want to share with you is, remember this, in order for people to buy things from you, in order for people to listen to you, they have to like you first, right? One of my good friends years ago told me, she said, JW, your personality is your luck. Now we have a different personality and we're all different, right? But at the end, people have to look at you, the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you act. They have to like you. I don't care what personality you have, they have to like you first. Now, a lot of people might disagree with that. They say, well, that's not true. I don't care if people like me or not. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I gotta say whatever I wanna say. You only can say whatever you wanna say. You only can do whatever you want to do, only if you already made it. But if you haven't made it yet, just like me years ago, you can say whatever you want to say, right? You have to make people to like you first. And the way you dress, maybe your tone of voice, maybe your vocabularies, maybe your smile, maybe your jokes, whatever that might be, right? People have to like you first. Because if they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you. All right. The second pointer I want to give it to you is to draw a big audience is, are they learning anything, right? Every time when you're speaking on social media or a one-on-one meeting or a big meeting, here is what turns people off most of the time, is that people attend your seminar, people attend your meeting, and they're not learning anything. It's just a bunch of motivational stuff. Now, it's good that you're motivating people because that's 10%, but it's also overestimated. The key is that you got to have content every single time when you go deliver a message, right? Whether it's a small group or big group or a one-on-one. I'm preparing, right? See, 15 minutes away from my big meeting, I have to prepare notes. I have to think about what am I going to say? How do I deliver my speech in another angle, even though the message might be the same, but the way I deliver it got to be different. So are people learning from you every time when they're seeing you? Are they every time when they're meeting you? Just give you another example. If you're a singer, if you keep singing the same song all the time, people will eventually get bored. Am I right saying that? You have to be creative. You have to come up with new songs. You have to come up with new ideas to sing the song. Maybe the same song, you have to learn how to sing it in different style, even though it's the same song. Does it make sense for you? So the key is that to draw a big audience, you have to be able to come up with contents. And yes, it takes a lot of time. And I am coming up with contents between now to my meeting and making sure that I insert some new ideas in there. And it does take a lot of time. I'm not going to tell you that it is easy to just like come up with contents. You know, sometimes the contents that I come up with is in the morning, 2 a.m., when everybody slept already, right? And the last thing, the last pointer to draw a big audience and ultimately become an influencer is, do people trust you? It's the bottom line. People can like you at the beginning and they want to listen to you, but they only will do business with you if they trust you. Now, how do you build trust? The way you build trust is whatever you teach people, and if they apply the knowledge you taught them and it actually worked for them and they make more money, you help them to solve a problem, you help them to go through certain crises, now they will start to trust you, because word of mouth is very powerful, okay? If I'm helping one person, that one person apply the knowledge, the contents I taught them, and they actually use it, now they will say, wow, you know, JW is pretty good. And they say it to another 2 friends. That will multiply eventually. So remember, to draw a big audience, you know, it takes a long time. So if you don't have an audience right now, you don't have any followers right now, you don't have any people come to your meetings to listen to you right now, and half of your room is empty, it's normal. That's what I'm saying to you, because it took me 22 years. You got to be patiently aggressive. Do they like you? Are they learning new stuff from you? And do they trust you? If you got those 3 things, and giving a long period of time, one day you draw a big audience. I assure you that. JW here. See you next time.